Yeah, thank you very much, David, for these warm words. I have to say, I love to be back here on stage. I love this event. And already the morning showed me how valuable it is not to stand alone here, but especially to talk to you, to listen to you. Because if it was Roya, if it was Jesse or Jochen, we are all in different steps of our MI and CI professional life. And this brings us all together. And I think maybe someone remembers, as David said last time, I talked how can we as MI and CI professionals make the awareness and the reputation and also the distribution of our information within the corporate more enlightened to the corporates. How can we increase this? How can we grow this? And I thought this time I look into something because I guess all of us have the challenge of resource and time issues. Yeah? We would love to have a team of 20, 30, 50 people. But I think if I know from my talks that we all have maybe a handful, this is already quite a lot. But time is also an issue, so we have to handle with this. And I think automation drives efficiency. So where can we automate our processes internally? And before I start, maybe what do you need to know about this guy here, about Sören? I would say he's a professional since 25 years. I'm addicted to mobile. I'm addicted to innovation. I'm addicted to market research. I love to make strategic advertisements and strategic advisors to our corporate across our company, but also actually I'm responsible not only for market intelligence, but also for analyst relations. And I think I need to have this little tool here. So to get into it, just quickly, and I tell you, Cimicon Devrian is a hidden champion. And I promise you, and I make a bet, everyone here in the room either uses or uses products or services from us. Because we make the lives of billions of people around the world more secure with SIM cards, with credit cards, with actually you pay with our cash that we produce. We print banknotes. We have passports, we have driver licenses, health cards, and if this list is not enough, I think all of you use them in the physical world, but you can imagine since 10 and 15 years, it has become also digital. And so we are part of your daily life. And we have 4 different main fields, and that's really bringing connectivity to you, enabling connectivity. We have different payment technologies, as I said, mainly also classical credit cards, but actually if you are using Apple Pay, Google Pay, we are the hidden champion behind to make these transactions that you use there more secure. Identity technologies I mentioned, and last but not least, we are really proud. Last week was a big announcement with the Central Bank of Europe for digital currencies. So it's the stablecoin which actually now also central banks will release, and they work together with us. So that was a big deal. This enough to say about G&D. So now, what is my team and who is working in that team? And how do we do it? I think this circle, most of you are following every day. Yeah, we are triggered by stakeholders, internal stakeholders. We also heard this today. It's top management, it's marketing, it's product management. A lot of different internal stakeholders. We have definitely also analysts, the analyst community, which is triggering us for interviews, RFIs. We like to position G&D also towards our competition, and then also customers. For example, we are regular part of strategic workshops where we then present how we see the market. And these 3 phases out of collect, analyze, and distribute are the ones that we follow, and I don't go into the details, but I think it is more or less, it is definitely a circle, yeah, because it does not stop with distribution. And I will show you that at the end, what is really necessary to work on these things and to optimize and automate them as best as possible. Just a quick overview. This is also a slide that I think should be familiar to you who are here. And maybe just one question: who of you is really working in a market intelligence department or competitive intelligence department? Please raise your. Okay, this is cool. This is around 60–70%. So absolutely great. I think most of the things like market analyzers, I think this is a really important thing to define the markets, analyze what is our total available market across all the different regions. And we at G&D, we generate more than 3 billion euros per year. So we really need to understand where are the white spots, where are probably also areas where we de-invest, where we have to invest. So this is a very important front loading. And then product intelligence about portfolio analysis and comparison definitely to the competition. Competitive intelligence with really on corporate level, on product portfolios, on news for sure. And last but not least, as I said, also the interface to analysts. So I said, I think we all share a common issue. And this is lack of resources and time. But we also have a goal to improve our efficiency and to really improve our outputs. Because at the end, it's all about how can we support our internal organizations to make the business excellence even better. And there are a lot of steps to really climb up this mountain. And you know this, we have heard this for years. It's the information and data overflow. It's about how do you structure this data, because it is unstructured data. It has a lot of different requests. Most times also the people who are asking us something, they probably don't even know what they are searching for. And therefore you need also to ask the right questions to understand what kind of data can we really give them to make her or his decision as best as possible. This is what drives me crazy, is about manual workflows. We are already, and I'm doing this job since more than 10 years, we have a lot of areas where we are really automated. But manual workflows take a lot of time. And it's also sometimes about the different requests that you have, because not all requests fit into a special form. So you still have these manual workflows. But I show you in the next minutes how you could try to understand where are they, identify them, and improve them. And then it's also important, especially for us as a security tech company, it's about compliance, it's about security in our tools. That is a really, really, I would say for me as a user of IT, is a challenge. Because every new tool I introduce, I have to go through a really, really long certification process. And it could take me a year until I have a new tool integrated. And we have, and this is thanks to IT, we work to really harmonize all our IT tools, but we still haven't heterogeneous IT environment, IT environment. And this is also challenging to reach this goal of really higher efficiency and improvement. So I talk about automation. I just like to make a short clarification. What do we need? What do we mean by automation? And this is the strategic use of digital technologies to optimize business processes with minimal human intervention. Now I think you automatically think about AI. Yes, my presentation has also AI. Not because you have to have it in a presentation to be really cool, but it is helping us. We are in the beginning, I have to say, but it's really helping us. And what can we do now? This picture is again where we stand. So I would say I try to put this into four steps. And the first step, and this is important, uncover what of your daily businesses and workflows could be automated. Yeah? And I will show you, for example, annually we do an MI survey, where we say, okay, what kind, and this survey is an internal survey to all our stakeholders, and it goes to around 500 to 700 people of our organization. What are the services they use, what do they like, and so on. And we try, and we have a good source there to understand where is the automation potential. So try to also internally think about it. Next step is, it's important not only to automate something, but how does it fit to everything that you have already established by tools, by people, who is responsible for what, if you have maybe more than only one team, Jochen, yeah? And then, if you found this system, you really have to integrate it, and that is for me extremely important. Only one platform. You have to have one face to your internal customers. Don't have a lot of different channels, because then they never know where should they go to get the latest information. Yeah? And they are definitely Commentelli, Valona, and you name them, they help us, yeah, to support. But actually I have to say, unfortunately for you, we are using our own platform. And I'm like a swinging ball, yeah? Sometimes I think we need these automated platforms. Then I go back and say, no, we don't need this. I think our platform is good. When we want to do changes, we can immediately do this. We can feed it, yeah? And then I swing back and said, this is too much time. So actually, I'm potential customer of yours, but not yet a potential customer. I'm maybe a lead customer in the future, but still I'm not so far to decide. So we are using our own. And last but not least, it's not only about automation, digitalization, it's about also how you measure your success. And we heard this also from Roya, for example, also from Jesse. At the end, it comes to the point, is what you do really, does it make sense and does it bring additional value? And the last thing is, don't do all at the same time. Yeah, gradual steps, step by step. And you see this in my cases here, that these are little things that we do, but I think they will help you. This is the survey I mentioned. So we do this on an annual basis, and these are just a few of our services, like we have an international MI network across the globe. We operate in 160 countries. We have different data points, analyst relations. You read this down, and you see at the end, it's an annual distribution. It's a market book, which is the foundation of everything that we do. This seems to be really, really top of the notch. And then we named, some of you also named this, we have a weekly mobile market news, or market news, which is distributed. This is also quite important and really well known. So we thought, hey, the mobile market news last year, for example, the mobile market news, they were even even performing better than the market book. And the market book is something which is causing, in the old process, a lot of time. It is more than 200-page document with really about competition, about TAM, about trends, about our setup of a product portfolio. And we have months to develop it, and the whole team is really involved in this project. And this is definitely a cool, I call it, product from us, but it takes too much time. And it comes once in a year, and then it's there, and then it lives for a year. What is okay, but we wanted to really improve it. And what we did this year was, and you see the journey of the market book, yeah, it was one product. And what we started this year is that we really broke it down into two pieces. We had a qualitative piece that we called now Trend Book, and we have a qualitative piece which we call Data Book. And both now can be separately handled, and we have the possibility to make regular updates. I have to say, not on the Trend Book, but the Trend Book is still a little bit stable output, but on the Data Book, we will see this now on the next slide, is a Power BI based data book where the people, and now it comes also about the 24/7 self-service, about automation, digitalization, where I say a lot of customers from us, and if I talk about customers, I mean really the internal corporate customers, they can go there now, yeah, 24/7, and they have the really outside in-market information, and what is also important, from the trusted external sources. They have interactive dashboards, because in the past they always ask us, hey, this data book, this market book is great, but could you give me a split for Azerbaijan? Or could you give me the split for Argentina? And I said, yeah, we can do this. But then we started to make a manual process. Now with the dashboards, and as I said, it's not rocket science. Yeah, I think a lot of people work here with Power BI, but it's just that you have to do the faith, to really do this step. And that's what we did, actually. We continuously release, and also thanks to Pablo, who is here in the room. We release on a monthly basis at the moment, because we start with this now, and we launched this in April. Every month, more or less, a new report comes in about a new market segment in the IoT, in the telecom business, and in other areas. And this helps us. And again, this is something which is a red line in my presentation. It's a centralized data platform. Really, keep this in mind. Another thing, which is also basic, I want to give you also a feeling that it's not always rocket science that you have to do. This is a view into Salesforce. And in the past, again, the old process was that we had manual sales calls. We called the sales guys, hey, can you tell me, do you know anything about the last tender? And especially, unfortunately, I have to say, we are part of a lot of e-tenders where you know with whom you compete. On the one side, it is good. On the other side, it is tough for sure, because we also have some competitors who are dumping in prices. But we get at least information about competitors, who is really in this deal. And at the end, even in these e-tenders, we know who won. So this is actually what we then started. We say, hey, why don't we get this data, put this together in an automated report, which comes on a weekly basis. And now we get this on a basis where it tells us, for example, last week, nine total records. We lost 9 deals. Yeah? The good thing is always that the won deals are higher. Yeah? And also the value, unfortunately, you can imagine that I had to hide this. But you get a very good overview also about the regions, for example, and about the competitors. And you see we have definitely one, which is also on our top list of a competitor. He's really our strongest competitor. But you see it's also diversifying over the different regions. And this is an easy way of really then also doing regular business performance reviews. And again, it comes to our top management. They say, okay, we get a better view onto this. And now the promised AI slide. I have a certain opinion about it. It's a great technology, but we really need to use it also step by step. Because some maybe remember, and I'm just going back, then I can stop the video here. In the last presentation, and I was really proud, a few years ago, our CEO said, Sören, your team in market intelligence, and he told us in a town hall meeting, you are the source of truth. If you ever reach this, and I guess a lot of people has reached this source of truth, it's about reputation in your company. And AI helps us a lot, especially when you have the loading of sources at the beginning. It's incredibly cool what new sources, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, or also we use Blockbrain as an internal AI agent. What kind of sources come up? Yeah? But we all know it's about hallucinating, it's dodgy sources. And nevertheless, we use it internally at the moment in our team. And my dream is to really launch it corporate-wise. But I can't do it right now because we have too much manual processes at the end to check all the results. So what you see here is, and that's what I call, a lot of people also talk about agents, AI agents. I personally think we have to talk more about assistants, because at the moment, a lot of agents are not really agents. They not autonomously run around, yeah? But therefore, assistants, we trigger them. And my dream is, for example, to have a button on our platform where you exactly have a script, a prompt script, which runs about your competition. In this case, for example, IDEMIA, a French company, where we have a fixed structure of what you want to know about the classical revenues, headquarters, regions, SWOT analysis. And we try this at the moment internally. But as you all know, I guess, a lot of sources here, if it comes to big competitors, it's fine. But someone of you mentioned this already, smaller competitors is really sometimes, sorry to say, crap. And we can't release this yet. But we are on a way to try really to improve also this process, that people are not asking us directly, also on a monthly basis, but really can use these prompts. This quickly, for you as information, this is our platform, our one platform where it has access to all the whole corporate. We have different sources like Power BI, like Salesforce, like Splunk, HubSpot, and all the analyst reports. Important, really keep this in mind. It's my experience over the years, one platform, not more. And the last thing is now, when we talk about automation and digitalization, and you remember I said, does it pay off? And please, it is very important to define KPIs. What do we want to measure? And here, for example, on the left side, and some of you remember this, this is a curve which shows our annual requests that we get in. Requests are different, service requests. And what we discover over the last years, and I can't promise you that it's yet on efficiency effects, but what we see is that we have kind of reached a summit here, where now the service requests come down. And if you remember, resources versus time, this is what I want to optimize. I still want to have a cool service platform into my corporate, no doubt, but I would also like that my team has more time to do the really cool stuff. And therefore, I need to bring this KPI down in terms of service requests. What I do with the 24/7, in best case, in the future, maybe next 12 months, with an AI assistant, and so on. The other thing is the second KPI, and is how long does it take per days until we have the result ready for an internal customer. And you see these are a lot of spikes. And I'm not going into detail because I run a little bit over time. But you have an average response time, which was at the past around 3 days. So the input is by mail, by call, whatever. When we get the request, we take in average 3 days until not that we say we do something, but that we have, in best case, the result ready and then get into a feedback loop and say, is this what you expected or not? With our automation, we want to bring this down. In best case, we will never reach the zero, that we get in the mail and then immediately we respond. But I would say my benchmark is here around 1 or 2 days. Also depending from whom it is. When the CEO calls, maybe it should be in 1 day. You know this. But we believe that, and when I look at the numbers that we have also over the last years, we are coming down here in this a little bit. As I said, it's a bottom line around 1-2 days. But this is also something where I think we are on a quite good track. And you have others, you see this here, single and blended average process time, usage and user statistics that we anonymously get from or also an NPS, from our MI surveys. So there are a lot of KPIs and you should really start step by step to do it. Last slide, call for action, always important. We talked a lot, our goal is to make us more efficient. And I would say it is not only about efficiency, but also value creation. The more time we have, the better we can work, the better output we have. And that is actually very, very important. Really reflect, not only analyze what you can automate, but also reflect what you do every day. And if you can probably, even at the end, stop something. If it does not bring value for your company, stop it immediately. Second is really transform the task into automated processes. This is a tricky thing, but also don't put pressure on you. Do it gradually, because no one in the corporate organization knows where you want to go. Maybe you should do it to your CEO and tell where you want to go, but actually not all the users know it. So do it step by step, analyze the automation potential, gradually implement the improvements, and especially test them first on your platform. And in best case, under friendly users, and we all know these friendly users in our corporate, I guess. And last but not least, really reflect what you do. Not only start and run blind in the dark, but also, as I said, track these KPIs, and especially use the feedback loops also with MI surveys, or talk to your customers, talk to your colleagues, how they find it. And with this, a little bit overtime, as usual, the people who know me. But I hope it was interesting. This time I talked about, how can you automate and digitalize your services to improve what you do on a daily basis. And with this, I hope you found it interesting, and I'm open for questions now.